Hey, you guys, happy Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. I kind of wanted to just do this little video just to keep encouraging you to process through this message that we were talking about at youth group this week. As we're wrapping up the series, we've been kind of exploring all the different ways that God wants to use us to bring about his vision and mission for the world as we've studied the book of Acts and just seen all the different ways that God used the disciples, right? And it's been really cool to see that God wants to use us to stand up for injustice. God wants to use us to pray over people, to even heal people. God wants to use us to love each other practically, right? Like feeding the poor and taking care of the needs of those around us. And to even offer hope and peace when people are going through a hard time. There's all these different ways that God wants to use us. And a lot of us this week, we're kind of processing through a lot of our feelings of inadequacies, and insecurities. Like, how can God use me when I don't have it all together? Or how can God use me when I still have questions that I'm trying to figure out? How can I share my faith with someone else when I don't know it all? Like, I'm not an expert. And we were kind of processing through that. God doesn't ask us to have it all together. He doesn't ask us to be perfect and to have perfect faith in order to be used by him. And so I want to keep encouraging you to think through that, of that God, he loves you and he has a plan and a purpose for your life. And he wants to use you in your sphere of influence and where you live and where you go to school and the families that you've been placed in. He wants to use you, and you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all together. You don't even have to have all your knowledge of God and the Bible all perfectly put together. None of us do. But he still wants to use you. And so I just kind of want to keep encouraging to wrestle with, where is God calling you to help others? Where is God calling you to encourage someone in your life who may need it, who may need help, who may just need to know that they're loved and that they matter? And the other part is I kind of want to keep encouraging all of us to make our youth group a space where we can ask questions, that it's okay to not have it all together. In fact, I want to encourage you in the youth room, come and join us this Sunday, because we're going to be looking at a passage when the disciples had a big question and they weren't sure how to deal with it and how to answer it. And so they rallied together. And so I want to encourage you, bring your questions. We're going to have a question box in the youth room so that you can throw in your questions, because we'd love to know, what are some of the topics that you want to discuss? What are the areas that are maybe preventing you from trusting God or fully understanding God? Or what are some things that you want us to work through together in the youth room? So keep rallying, you guys. Keep processing together. Keep bringing up your questions. Know that it's okay, that you are loved deeply, that you are valuable and you matter, and that God still wants to use you. So don't let those things hold you back. Anyways, I love you. Keep thinking about this, and we'll see you on Sunday in the youth room. Bye, you guys.